Hi everybody, it's Honest John again. Now, this might come as a surprise to you, but the most pro-Western, pro-American people in the Middle East are the youth of Iran. Now, I know that when you see the news, a lot of times you'll see big rallies in Iran, people yelling death to America, and pretty much attendance at those rallies is required. But the people who are really into those rallies, that's the old guard. And they have a pretty good reason for being anti-USA. I mean, we toppled a democratically elected government in Iran, installed the Shah, who was a brutal dictator and a kleptocrat, and kept him in power for years. And so the old guard hates us because a lot of them suffered under the Shah. As a matter of fact, the Ayatollah Khomeini, the current supreme leader of Iran, was imprisoned and tortured during the Shah's regime. So it's not hard to understand that he might not like us very much, or why he might mistrust us. But like I said, all of that happened in the 50s, and even though there are people from that era who really despise us, the young people, even though they've been told the stories, it doesn't seem to have had that much impact on them. And they're hungry to come out into the world, be a part of the world. They want to watch American TV and movies and listen to rock and roll and wear American fashions. And they really want to eat at McDonald's. And the way I look at it, if the Ayatollah can overcome his hatred and mistrust enough to enter into a deal with us, the least that we can do is give the deal a chance to work or not. Now, a lot of people will tell you that Iran is a major supporter of terrorism. And there's some truth in that, but there's a lot of dishonesty in that. Iran supports Hamas and Hezbollah. And they are both enemies of Israel, but they haven't shown any interest in being worldwide terrorist organizations like ISIS and Al-Qaeda. And Iran doesn't fund those people. As a matter of fact, Iran is the one on the ground fighting ISIS in Iraq. It's not any of our allies, it's Iran. And Iran cooperated with us when we invaded Afghanistan. They even closed off their border to make sure that the Taliban and Al-Qaeda could not go there. So they're not the ones funding those groups. They don't like those groups. The people who are funding those groups are our so-called allies, like Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and other Middle Eastern countries that, like I said, they're supposed to be our allies. So we have a young Iranian populace who will eventually come into power. Now, it's not going to be right away, but you know, eventually the young move into power and the old people move out. That's just the way nature works. We have this young Iranian populace who really want to be friends with us, who are much more pro-American than the people who live in the states that are allies of us. You won't see very many pro-American Egyptians or Saudis or Qataris or anything like that. But yep, in Iran, a lot of the young people, they really want to get with us. And we have an opportunity to perhaps build a relationship with them. Or we can fuck things up. Go to war, bomb the shit out of them, and turn them into our enemies forever. And that would be stupid and a terrible shame. Thanks for listening.